from City Fans TV. It's half time in the crucial Champions League round of 16 games, second leg. Man City 1, Real Madrid 1. Guys, honestly, we could have had this game out of sight. We really could have had this game out of sight. And it's only going to be a 5-minute review. We set up, we had Foden starting, which surprised people. But we set up even more surprisingly with Gabby Jesus on the left high cam, Gabby Jesus on the left, Sterling on the right, and Foden up front in the middle. And we pressed. Okay, we pressed them a lot, and that's how actually we scored our goal, where we were pressing, and we just didn't give them an option. The Courtois was passing to the defenders, and we just didn't give them an option to pass to. And eventually, they put it out to the defender. The defender was looking, couldn't pass it to Courtois because I think Raz was there. Couldn't pass it down the line because it was blocked, and he was looking for someone to pass to. And Gabby Jace come on and nicked the ball, passed it to Raheem, and Raheem scored. Okay, we have had, in my opinion, at least 3 pretty good chances to score more goals. Raheem had a great one where he took 2 men on in the box, and he looked like he just fell over. We could have made that 2-0. I think that game was done and dusted, guys. We had a couple of other chances where I think we should have done better. Foden missed the goal where he beat the keeper, but he just dragged it wide. Now, but Real Madrid, they're not a poor team. They've got that something special, same as Barcelona, I think, used to have. They've got that way of getting through, and unfortunately, we've given them a couple of chances, far too easy. I'll tell you about the goal they scored. I mean, we had at that time, we had 7 men defending, plus the keeper. They had 3 men on the right. 3 men on the right. We had 7 men before they had anybody on that side. And what happened? Benzema passed the ball to, was it Rodrigo? He put it down the line, and there was no one to get it. So he chased his own, whether he meant to put it there for him to chase, or whether he meant it for the Carvajal coming on the overlap. But anyway, he chased it. Benzema, who passed it, ran in the box, chipped in. Benzema knocked it home. But you got to ask yourself, the guy's trying to win the header. As I said, we had 7 versus 3, and they had 2 over on the left-hand side. So it was 7 versus 5 at worst. Ask yourself, why was Fernandinho, the right side to centre-back, chasing across to Benzema trying to get the ball? Why was Rodri running back trying to head that ball? Where was Emerick Laporte? It should have, for me, should have been Emerick Laporte's. It should have been Emerick Laporte's. And how we were not defending, having a man criminal, absolutely criminal. And we've seen, Real Madrid are well in this game. There was another moment where they had another cross came in far too easy. No one putting pressure on the cross. No one whatsoever. Benzema was offside. He had a shot. He went straight at Edison. But they've had a couple of opportunities. One where we were, I think it was Laporte or Cancelo, did a high ball back to Edison. Edison had very little option. He side-footed it, volley out, but it came back very, very quickly. Ball was put through to Benzema, who turned. It was inside Fernandinho and turned Laporte, and then he put it in a nice height for Edison to save. So it's been a mixed bag. Look, Real Madrid have got loads of mistakes in them. Loads of mistakes. There was a pass from Courtois and that KDB intercepted. Been 3 or 4 that we've intercepted. There will be more chances. But as I said, all through this season, we are too wasteful. If you've had 3, in my opinion, very good chances, you should be putting one of them away. And it's whether you can. I'm having a look at this. Laporte did not get in the box. Laporte did not get in the box. I'm watching the goal again. He just stood there. He didn't see what was behind him. He didn't see where the danger was. He didn't see. I'm watching it now. He's put it. There's 3 men in the box. We've got 6. 2, 4, 6, 7, 3 plus the crosser. Okay, Laporte was not watching what was going on. That's criminal. He wasn't. He didn't even have a vague idea that Benzema was there. And you're watching the cross coming, turn sideways. You know the cross is coming, turn sideways so you know who's been. And he's facing the cross. Sorry, man, you've got to turn sideways. If you can block it, you block it. But you can at least see what's going on behind you and have an idea. You have a picture. Did he have a picture in his head where Benzema was? Absolutely not. Zach's very angry. It was ridiculous. We've wasted so many. This is, our Achilles heel. We've wasted so many chances to score. That Foden one, he put it wide when all he had to do was put it inside the post. It was a goal. The Raheem one when he fell over. You know, you've done the hard work. KDB, others, we've got to, you know, and I'll slow down. I've got to say something about Cancelo. I'm loving the way Cancelo's playing. Mendy wouldn't do this. Mendy can't do what Cancelo's doing. Or Cancelo. Mendy can't do exactly what he's doing. Cancelo cutting in, having shots, going wide. We saw that one where he took the ball in in our own half. He intercepted it, took it out of the air, flicked it over the player that was attacking, and went running down the wing. Mendy don't do that. Mendy don't do that whatsoever. So I've got to say, really, really good. Let's have a look what you say. Rodri covered it up. Laporte was too lazy. Absolute, Cam. It was, you know, Rodri shouldn't have been chasing it. Should have been Laporte. Let's see how people criticise Stones and Otamendi now. Yeah, well, they will. They'll keep criticising Stones and Otamendi and let Laporte off. Laporte should have matched him. Laporte should have known where he was. Aaron says, need a proper striker. We need someone. You know, we're putting crosses in that are not worth it. And Cancelo put one in. That was a waste of time. What did I tell you about crosses and headers? Says Wasser. Silly goals can see, says Zach. What's the story with the refs? Gary, I've got to say, my final point is refs are cheap. Sue me. Sue me if you want ref. You're a cheat. You're not going to say this is incompetence. When that Raheem Sterling, okay, Philip Mendy had his arm around him, okay, no free kick. Then he had his arm on him again, no free kick. As soon as Raheem touches him, free kick against City. There was that foul on KDB when the guy had his shorts and pulled him down. Ref didn't give anything, and he gave a talking to he gave a talking to KDB. What's all that about? There was a corner that we should have got where KDB was complaining. I think the linesman gave it. The ref has overruled it. But the linesman's, 10 yards away? Ref's 30 or 40. It's ridiculous. So lots of these decisions, it just looks like a Real Madrid type game. They still need a goal just to get a draw. Let's just keep it going. Let's just keep it going, guys. Yeah, I agree beyond Rodri Gaming. It's a waste of time. You know, if you're going to put those crosses in, put them in low. Put them in with a bit of curl, with a bit of zip, a bit of bend. So in that corridor of uncertainty between where the goalies and the defenders are, or where the defender can miscue it and get an own goal. Yeah, put it into those dangerous areas. And Raheem, when you get a chance, buddy, shoot. Don't hold on to it for too long. I don't know. You know, look, let's be honest, most fans in Europe and across the world, you know, they have got a Spanish team. A lot of people grew up with wonderful Real Madrid teams, wonderful Barcelona teams, and they've just got this, whether you call it an unconscious bias, whether you call it deliberate cheating, I don't know. But they've got something that favours the Spanish giants, and it's not fair. We've seen it in the Premier League where Man United got 14 penalties in the Premier League this season. 14! Come on. Yeah, we can't even beg a penalty. They got 14. The two top teams who are the ones who are in the penalty area the most, the ones who are attacking, the ones who are scoring, City and Liverpool, are not getting anywhere near United's. City will need to score again to go through, in my opinion, says Carl. De Bruyne needs to get into the game. Yeah, he started off really well with the pressure, and now he's not in it, you know, because Real Madrid are not controlling the game. I think they've got more control as well. Gary, refs love Real Madrid, as they told the UEFA line. Absolutely. We can do it, Raheem. Absolutely. Salam to you, Raheem. We can do it. We just got to keep going. And another thing, for me, that was a really slow half. That was a really, really, really slow half. It's like each minute was taking an hour. Guys, I'm going to get ready for the second half. I would like a drink as well. So catch me in the second half, guys.